ese día que estabas de... Era porque estabas en el hospital.
I wish it would extend this way. I'm texting the girl, the owner's friend is staying with him now because she wasn't able to stay for part of the trip, so she was, I took over for the first part, so now it's weird. And she's just like, she's sad and
I told you so.
well,
they already knew that he had that.
no, they didn't treat it. They said,
Yeah, we're going to change it, so you can do it in your notebook. It'll give you more room, because some of these you have to draw a lot of resonance structures. I want to see all the resonance structures for these. And so even for something like SOCl2, SOCl2, I want to see more structures. You know, you're going to draw this structure where we have an octet, but if you look at the formal charge, the formal charge has been minimized. There's a negative formal charge on oxygen, a positive formal charge on sulfur. Well, one thing sulfur can do is it can expand its octet. And so in this case, we can get more electrons around there. If we do that, we can just drop one of these lone pairs into the bond, form a double bond. This is an octet, expanded octet, where the formal charge is minimized. So all the formal charges here are 0. Now, what should we do? Should we leave it as an octet, or should we expand it? Well, you're going to have to leave it if we're dealing with, you know, carbon, boron, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. Second period, we cannot expand it. And so that's why in ozone we left the formal charge. However, sulfur, in the third period, we can expand the octet, and so we're going to expand the octet to minimize the formal charge. Now, how much can we expand the octet by to minimize the formal charge? We'll talk about that later, but if it's possible to expand it here, in this case, we will, and it is. And so we can lower the charge here. This is like sulfate. Now, there's potentials for isomers here. And so if we do a sulfur, oxygen makes a good bridging atom. And so we might have this structure like this. If we generate a structure like this, this one works, in which we don't have to expand the octet. Everything has an octet, and there's 0 formal charges. So no formal charges, no expanded octet. This structure is good too. And so this structure has a totally different skeleton than this structure, or these two structures. So this is called an isomer. And so we would draw these 3 here, like this. So I'd like you to draw these in your notebook, but they'll just give you more space to draw more structures.